is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
I honestly don't know what you're waiting for, because you're actually missing a lot. Lots of conversation goes there. So you can join me right now. Yeah, join me right now on YouTube, Nigeria Info Abuja, and click on the subscription button and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime that we are live. Is that okay? Is that too much to ask you to do? It's not, right? Thank you. Appreciate you. Much love. Okay, so just looking at our conversation, having that conversation when it comes to issues around the aftermath of elections, looking at the case study of February 25th, the general election, the presidential election, and the National Assembly. And of course, a move away from that to the governorship election and the state election for legislature for the State House of Assembly and the likes. But then again, we're looking at aftermath, not what happened during the elections, but what is happening after the election. Of course, we would narrow down to one of the things happening, and we'll take them in series. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about doing business in Abuja. So maybe next week we'll come back to it and talk about court processes. But for today, we're looking at protests. Yeah. Looking at protest, if you, of course, for those of you who also reside in Abuja, for those who do not reside in Abuja, but you have been following the conversation on Nigeria Info, and you have been following the news so far, you must have seen that a lot of group have begun to seek for some kind of redress through protest, leaning their voice on a lot of conversation through protesting. One of such that we saw were the young people, and not just young people per se, some other aggrieved people, with some young people also went to INEC office to protest, to say, no, we want to protest about the credence or the credibility of the INEC chairman. And some people would also say, some people also said in that protest, we want the INEC chairman to be on seat. He should be sacked from that seat and all that. A move away from that, you also saw the People's Democratic Party, its presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, also led the PDP and the leadership of the party to INEC office to also protest, to share their own grievances about the elections. These are aftermaths of elections. A move away from that again, we also saw another political party, supporters of the Labour Party, also went to do their own protest, as it were, to also bring out their own grievances and trying to also seek redress. A move away from that, the latest one is also some indigene people who have taken to themselves to say we are indigenes of the land, and to say that we support the president-elect and we support the way that he was brought into the office, as no mandate was stolen. Because some of the conversation from some other protesting group is to say, so candidate, or one of our candidates, the mandate was stolen. You need to return back that mandate to the rightful owner of it. Another group came out to say, no mandate was stolen. the process was free and fair, and we love the process. And even calling on the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to say, no, you should not, and nobody should encourage you to do an interim government. And these are aftermaths of elections, and we're looking at it critically well. This aftermath of election, looking at protests, and this is my question to you this morning. Maybe you have been part of some of those movements, and maybe you have watched keenly. Maybe you are a supporter of a particular party. Maybe you are not. Maybe you are just a good Nigerian wishing the best for the country. And this is my question to you. When it comes to tolerance, do you think some of these protests would actually continue to unify us as a people, or would cause some kind of divide that we don't hope to see? What do you think are the effects, whether negative or positive effect of this protest going on by different group? When I mean different group, almost like you have to really go close to know which group is this. Oh, what are you protesting about? Oh, we're protesting that banana fee has gone high and we need to bring it down low and all that. What do you think? Do you think the impact is going to be positive? Do you think the impact is negative? And not also forgetting that some of these things that these protesters are also seeking redress for has also been taken to the judiciary. Again, it has been taken to the judiciary. Don't you think that we should also allow that space to do what they need to do as it concerns it? What are your takes this morning as it concerns aftermath protests of elections? Talk to me this morning, 0700 951 0000. Our WhatsApp is 00 Of course, you can join the conversation via Twitter at Nigeria Info ABJ. You can put me on that tweet too at Effizy1, ELEFFIZY1 as figure. And also join us via Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Let's talk this morning. All right, and on YouTube, I see Rejoice Matthew says, Sahel, good morning. Good morning to you, Rejoice. And Timothy also on Facebook says, good morning, Nigeria for Abuja. Good morning to you. Dauda here on Dauda Oneku on Facebook says, good morning, Sahel. Good morning to you. And Edja says, I see Sahel. I see you too, bro. All right, let's do this. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning, sir. Oh, mine. You might have to call me back. I honestly couldn't hear you. Let's go to WhatsApp and take this call that is waiting. Hello, good morning.
Alhaji Effizy.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Today, your compound people.
My compound people don't come. They don't show.
No, Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, on this protest matter.
You didn't tell us your name.
Okay, sorry, my name is Omar.
Omar, you're welcome. Let's talk.
On this protest matter, I think people see the way they think it is to them. To me, it's like elephants. That different black people are touching for the different angle. They say the way they think it is. So some persons, because probably, maybe you feel, because in every living being, there's a sentimental attachment to certain things you think you want to walk your way. And when you lose it, you'll be like, oh, it's a long battle. For that, he was cheap. But that's how it is. To me, as a person, I think the best standard one election was very good. It was well conducted. And it top up my neck. But some other people who think, okay, I was trying to support certain person, and the person lost. It's a no for them. That's how it is. Because you have your account, okay, I want just to win. I'm supposed to I just belong. I'll be sarcastic. But if I want the other person to win and you won, oh man.
All right, thank you, Omar. Oh mind, the network didn't help the later end of his conversation with me. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, let's go here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, El.
Yes, good morning to you.
Thank you. This is Mary from Gwagwalada.
Mary from Gwagwalada, you're welcome. It's good to hear from you again.
Thank you. About the numerous protests, some are very genuine. And it is a way to ventilate, it's a way to release pent-up tension. Some or one is not genuine.
But then again, when it comes to genuine, when it comes to genuinity
I want to explain now.
Okay.
Yes, one is genuine because as a majority of the people took that route because we all saw what happened and we were not satisfied. Most of them were calling on INEC to do the right thing because we felt INEC did not keep to its words. So the one that I say is not genuine, I want to give you reasons why I say it's not genuine.
Okay.
It's not genuine because even the protesters backing the camera, they were hiding their faces, which means to me, in my own opinion, they were hired. They know that what they are doing is wrong, but because they have been paid, so they come out to come and do it. Let me just collect my money and go and eat. But they were hiding their faces. If you want to do what is genuine, you put up your face.
But Mary, let's also come back to the crux of this conversation. Yeah, when it comes to protest, yes, people are free to protest. I'm just saying, is this going to have a positive impact or a negative impact when it comes to all this different group protesting? Whether you say in your opinion that some were hired, some were not hired, I'm just saying, will this affect our political space as a people positively or negatively?
Normally, protests are meant to put up people's grievances. It's not going to affect anything. They are not violent. If they are not violent, they are just saying what you did, we don't like it. If you can redo it or you can redress it, do it like that.
Okay.
But as long as they're not violent, they're not destroying things, it's okay. It's part of democracy.
All right. Thank you.
So to me, it doesn't cause any misgiving.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mary. Hello. Good morning.
Thank you. Great.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
And the previous callers. All I know, Nigeria will be great.
You didn't tell us your name.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. This is Adeomi calling.
You're welcome, Adeomi.
What said something yesterday that I'm happy about on this issue? That you cannot bend on somebody must support your own candidate. Look at this. This is a country that we have pro and anti. Just like what my sister said. Where she believes, the other side will not believe it. All the people are protesting. They are in the favor of their own candidate. If I didn't vote for Sahel, I vote for maybe Kim or Swat. I will stand there and Swat win. Those who protest for you will say you are the one who win. You ask a question, which is the fighter one, but unify. We cannot unify to allow politicians to use us. What we need is that to move Nigeria forward. Let's assume the candidate of those who is anti the president-elect win. If people who are supporting the president will say no, he's not fair and fair.
Oh my, I don't mean that network thing again got in the way, but I hear you clearly. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Nemiji. Now go this, sir.
So nice to hear your beautiful voice this morning. My name is Alasi. Good morning, Mary from Gwagwalada, Abubakar, and the last caller, my good friend, Master Adeomi. Talking about protest. Protest is in form of sending message to the public or to the government or to the particular organization. So long the protest is no violent protest. We made to understand that Martin Luther King Jr., have no no violent protest. We remember Mahatma Gandhi with no violent protest, and their protests sending messages. So also here we can. It's part of democracy to have no violent protest, and I think in democracy is allowed. But we made to understand that during NSAS, we made to understand that even when people were protesting genuinely, we saw other people were brought in SUV cars to disrupt the violence. That is what politics come into. But so long the protest will be non-violent protest is allowed in democracy. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Let's go to WhatsApp where some of your messages are waiting here. All right. Some of the message are shout out. Some people can't wait till 11, but you might have to send it back at 11 because I won't see lots of them. All right, let's take this. Non-violence and peaceful assembly and protest should not have the effect of being divisive in any way, shape, or form. Sincere greetings to Mrs. Mary from Gwagwalada. Please to her and her family, particularly her daughter. All right, thank you, Laraba, for sending that in. Good morning, Sir L. My name is Osh from Abuja. As long as the protests are peaceful, then it's totally fine. The questions are, protests actually effective? We have seen peaceful protests hijacked by hoodlums in the past. However, it's interesting to see Nigerians speaking up as long as it's within the ambit of the law. To me, protests have little or no effect, especially in Nigeria. Great show. And that's what you say there, Osh. Good morning, sir. Emeka from Karo. We should be more cautious about the protests going on around Nigeria. Most of the protest is generated based on lack of confidence the people have in the judiciary. And just as you have pointed out, most of the issues they are protesting about have been directed to the judiciary. But they don't have the faith that their voice will be heard when the issues are addressed by the judiciary. But then we should have it somewhere in our mind that most conflict in the world started with protests. At the end of the day, we just hope the justice and we just hope that the justice and the most especially peace will reign. And it's a T for thanks. Continuation from the first. Okay, I just hope that it will continue to be non-violent and peaceful. But then, can it continue to be peaceful? Emeka from Karo ended his message with a question. All right, let's see. Banky from Utako says, Effizy. The stress and the strain in democracy brings out the beauty. The minorities have their say and the majorities have their way. They say through protestation and illegal, litigations, the way through the majority from the government. As long as they are within the law, they would promote our unity and peace in Nigeria. All right, thank you so much, Banky. Appreciate you. Good morning, sir. My name is Obadiah from Area 11. To me, going to affect us as a nation negative, serious, because our leaders are not helping. Okay, I'm just trying to get to understand what you mean. Salisu Suleiman from Gwarimpa said, protest is allowed in any developing democracy. It's also important for those protesting to know what they are protesting about. Obedient Man, Emeka from NMP Tower says, good morning, the big Sir El Effizy. There is nothing like disadvantage of peaceful protest. Everything about protest is a win-win for all. If not protest, how are you going to register your grievances on abnormalities of any misconduct seen, especially in the elections? Sir El Effizy, it can only get better if there is a protest for them to make amend on their misconduct. As for the elections, anybody or group of people that's protesting for the election to stand are paid, because this is not an election at all. I come in peace. Emeka, I'm trying to just wonder what it is, because, I mean, people went out to vote. Maybe you might not just be satisfied with the process. A lot of people also are not. And that's why they seek redress. Without the masses table their grievances to the world, how will the problem be solved? I support the protest. Chinelo sends that in. All right, thank you, Chinelo. I appreciate you. Good morning. And Victor from Apple Legislative Quarter say, well done, work. My own view is that protest is the act of sending message to the organization or agencies to know that something is wrong so that it can be corrected. Appreciate you for sending that in. Good morning, Effizy. Oh, mine. Okay, let's go for a break.
This is Nigeria Info. Connection established.
Audio Jungle.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria. This is Nigeria Info.
Inside. All right, let's take some more calls here. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thank you. Femi is my name.
Femi, you're welcome. Let's talk.
Thank you. I think protest in Nigeria, for now, I don't think it's going to unite us. It's not going to change anything. At all. It's going to bring more disunity, because we are in my last span on earth. I've seen protests in this country that united Nigeria together, and I've seen the other side of it. E.g., the example of the one that worked can be traced to this subsidy during the Jonathan regime, when subsidy was about to be removed. We saw how Nigeria came together, prominent Nigerians, and it was peaceful, and government decided to change their mind because of that protest. But the same people that used that peaceful protest are the same people now at the realm of affairs, and they are not allowing that. And we could see example of the NSAS. When NSAS started, it was a peaceful protest. I ate at NSAS. People share so many things, not until that protest was hijacked. And ever since then, you see pro, you see against. And people not just protesting, especially for this one, because their candidate. I don't know why people pushing that narrative. They are protesting because of the process. We are in this country when president lost election, there was no any protest. No, everybody the process was so clean. Even the person that lost know that he lost election, and he congratulated the person that won even before the last result was announced. So don't let us keep pushing narrative that once your candidate lose, you will do everything possible, protest and whatever it is for that person to be declared as winner. No, people are not protesting because the candidate lost. We are protesting because of the process, and this process is for benefit of everybody. It might favor you today, but you never know the dimension life will take tomorrow, and the same set of people will come back. So we just need is to make sure that institutions work the way they ought to work.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you. Appreciate you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hey, my brother.
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Mazi is back. Destiny Anthony.
Mazi, you're welcome back. Let's talk, sir.
Talking about the protest, it is our right as enshrined in the Constitution and by court pronouncement for anybody to protest. I have that right to come to Nigeria Info. Peacefully, yeah, please, peacefully. I have that right to come to Nigeria Info Gate and say, I do not like the way Sir Effizy I think I prefer Kim. It is my right. The most important thing is don't go harm another person. Do not go and create crisis or unnecessary problem for some other people. It's their right, but you do it within the law. It's their right. Now, those who are protesting, concerning this election, I do not have problem whether those who are for or those who are against or those who are protesting because their candidate lost, or those who said, like some people protest, was it yesterday, that somebody should congratulate the president-elect. It is still within their right. What I'm begging is that don't go create problem, block roads, and then creating for other people. You might even be blocking road for somebody who is not in support of your stuff. You might be blocking road for somebody who is sick, who needs to be rushed to hospital. Do it within the confines of the law. It is our right. Police should stop telling us, you need to get permission from. I think the court has settled that. But at the same time, if you know that the kind of people you're gathering, you might have some, people who are funny, some funny characters in your midst. I think it's also proper, not that it's a must, that you also inform police and say, oh, please send 1 or 2 people to help me, handle the issue. I think it's a wise thing to do. As well as to help you control traffic. I think it's a proper thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if you have business, if you have some armed people around, you can't handle them their hand. There's police is there, they can take charge and control the situation. So it's our right. I have no problem. Those who are against, I support them. It's our right. All I'm saying is do it within the confines of the law. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate Destiny Anthony there. And let's move on to this part. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
This is Mommy Divine from Cuba.
Mommy Divine from Cuba. It's good to hear your voice today. You're welcome. Let's talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Israel.
Yes, ma'am.
If you ask me, this protest will bring a positive result. It might not be physically seen now, as in, but the subsequent one, believe me, people will not like to repeat what happened the last time that made people go naked on the street. It's a taboo, whether Hausa or Yoruba or anywhere in the world, it's a taboo for women to go naked. Whether you like it, believe it or not, it's a taboo. But in the past, I'm almost, let me say, at least I'm more than 45 now. And I've seen so many elections. I've witnessed so many elections. I've not seen the kind of protest that is going on now compared to the last ones that happened. If anybody is telling me, oh yes, it's in court, thank God they are doing it peacefully. They are not harming anybody. Just like you said, they should do it within the ambit of the law. But believe me, if you feel the process or what the election did not go down well with you, or it was not done in the right way, you are free to protest. Even while the case is still in the court, you are still free to protest. Carry your placards, move quietly and peacefully. Believe me, I've never seen it this bad in all my life. And I pray that the people's mandate will be met. The people's mandate will be recovered. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mommy Divine. That has to also do with the outcome of the judiciary. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this is Timothy, Honorable Minister of your mind.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's talk.
Protest is our right. During the time of Goodluck Jonathan, when he had 10 naira, increased 10 naira for pump price, what happened? He sent Mohammed Yari in Aso Villa now. Verified governor of Kaduna, Lai Mohammed. All of them, even Tunumbu, all of them protest. They say, I'm seeing this one now, they say they want to remove this subsidy. They say, Verify was saying it to carry green leaf. You say Nigeria, you say no to this. This is to Nigerians. Subsidy is your right. We say no to this. All of them. But now, they are ganging up to remove subsidy. And they don't like to put to step. If protest is a pattern, I don't think they would have it. But now, look at what happened yesterday in front of this U.S. embassy, where women went up naked and the annexed chairman and all this. The mother, all the women, we stop our bread that brought us to.
No. Let's not make it so graphic, please.
I think anybody, the mother, they on that condition, for that person cannot see good.
Let's leave it at that, please. Let's don't heat up the conversation. I mean, it's a simple conversation. Do you think this process, some of these protests, do you think what impact will it give, positive or negative? But by the time you begin to drag the conversation you went into details of how graphic it be, we just we just drag the conversation and not make it so much interesting for all of us to have a good conversation. Let's be mindful about our emotions. Let's not allow emotions take the better part of us. Uzo Francis Inamani, watching live from Enugu here on Facebook, says, good morning, Effizy. The incessant protests after the presidential poll is a clear indication that all is not well. The failure of INEC to transmit results through her portal paved way for suspicion and doubt in the credibility of the electoral umpire. May God help us. Uzo Francis Namani, all the way from Enugu. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good morning, Sir El. I see you. I'm watching live over here. Kinsley Emmanuel. Thank you, Kinsley. Which other one do I see? Good morning, Effizy. It's Chris from Hamburger. It says, just want to greet and move on. All right, thank you. I appreciate you. I trust you're doing well, but thank you also for following Nigeria Info from where you are. Thank you. Moses says, good morning, sir. I see you. I bless you. Thank you. And Timothy here, all the way from Lekki in Lagos, joins also via Facebook. It says, good morning, Effizy. I want to ask, for those who are just protest, but if you look very well this time around, this protest means we are not satisfied with the elections at all. Therefore, government needs to do the needful. Thank you. I'm sending all the way from Lagos, Lekki. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's go to YouTube and see if any comment is waiting for us, aside from Jude and Ibrahim Hajara. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Effizy.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Peter calling you from Abuja.
Peter, you're welcome to the show. Let's talk.
Effizy,
yes, sir.
I really want to air my view in this very polite manner.
Okay, sir.
And the process is yet to be completed. For us,
hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So at some point I will hear you. At some point I won't hear you. Maybe you need
can
to...
you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly well.
Yes. I'm saying that the election has come to an extent, but the process is yet to be completed. And I, Mr. Madabuchi Owede, will not in any way discourage anybody who wants to peacefully, through the ambit of the law, to pursue to see that the process is come to completion in such a manner that it will be seen justifiably to be done. Our future, the future of our children, lies on us getting it right. A situation whereby election will be conducted. Some people will be seeing it from the perspective, hey, now my brother win, now my sister win, now my religion or my this one won. It's not helping us and will never help us. You might not be a direct relation or a kind of be in my party or have any lineage with me, but when the process that brought you into power is genuine, automatically I and every other citizens of this country have a lot to benefit. You might happen to be my immediate brother, and you got into power through a screwed process. No matter how it might benefit me at the interim, at the long run, I have a lot to lose. And until we Nigerian people come to this reality, this bitter fact and reality, and begin to work for a nation that works for everybody, no matter who, where you come from, I'm telling you, my brother, backward will be going. We thank God for Yeradua of blessed memory, who after being elected said that the process that brought me into power, election that brought me into power, was not credible. And he started a process of kind of a reformation. His predecessor, the one who succeeded him, continued with it. That is good Lord Jonathan. thank God Buhari came and also continue with that process through bringing in PIVAS and REB. We saw election happen in Kenya. All of us in Nigeria was watching how election is being trickling.
All right,
we
Peter.
saw how it went. And after that election, even the sitting president and the one that won, all of them were
Thank you, Peter. Thank you,
process
so that we can take orders.
And such has been brought here.
All right.
Why didn't INEC give us that privilege?
All right, let's leave it at that with you, Peter. I appreciate you for your take there. But then we need to allow others to be part of the conversation. And this is Good Morning, Effizy. Protests yield positive results because the government will know that the citizens are not happy and make amends when necessary. Drake from Ghana Street in Maitama Center in The Patriot says, please give Engineer Femi 2 bottles on my behalf. All right, thank you. Appreciate. Good morning. Hafsat says, what's happening in Abuja? Thank you, Hafsat. Appreciate you. Let's take on more calls here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Hello,
yes, sir.
Good morning, good morning. My name is Bonanza. I'm calling from Nyanya, Abuja, no cheating, no football.
Bonanza, you're welcome.
I want to ask you this question, and I want you to go straight and answer me. These peace accord, what is the need? Because any election, they will tell you to come and sign peace accord.
Yeah.
And after that signing of that peace accord, what is the result? Can this peace accord tell us that this year, 2023 presidential election is peaceful and the result is not favorable? Yes. Because the way this thing is going, I don't know, with my age, I don't know how the future of Nigeria will be in less 10 years with what we are seeing. Forward ever, backward never. The way these people are treating us, the same people that enjoy opposition when during President Jonathan, and they are in the system.
But Bonanza, I mean, you have answered a very important question. But then again, I mean, I put it to you that do you think protest would yield positive results or negative?
The way protest will yield results is, I believe that after the announcement of the presidential election, the whole Nigeria won. No, all these people that is protesting now is because only have exchanged hands.
But that's allegedly, because when you say all these people, I mean
these people that is against the protest now, they only have exchanged hands.
That's allegedly. You never can tell, Bonanza.
My brother, we are in the system. Everybody knows the result of his polling, and everybody knows how the mood of Nigeria are. Go and check out their state after announcing a result. Go and check out their state. Go and check the county state after announcing results. And check the presidential result announcement. You will know what we are saying. The people that are protesting against INEC is they are doing the thing that they're supposed to do.
All right, thank you, Bonanza. Thank you. Let's go here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Your name and where you are calling from, sir?
My name is Alabi. I'm calling you from Mapo
now. You're welcome. Let's talk.
Honestly, I just have a piece of advice for my brother before answering your question. I don't know why, people can help me. I don't know why someone will go into a contest with the mindset of I must win. I think part of sign of maturity is knowing that when you are going into a contest, there must be a winner and there must be a loser. I'm right, Mr.
No, you are. It's just that most times, I mean, we do not go into things and think we will fail. But it's also good to prepare when.
Yes, it's good to be positive, to be optimistic. You understand?
Yeah.
But going into a contest, you will surely know in your mind there must be a winner and there must be a loser. I'm not saying there must be a loser and there must be a winner. Mr. Effizy, can you please tell me the president since 1999 that have won presidential elections without support, without winning Northwest? Can you tell me the president, sir? I'm part of the youth that are tired of these two old parties, these old men that are ruling Nigeria. I'm part of them. For we youth, we have to start down. Politics is a game, either we like it or not. We have to sit down, understand the rules of the game, and that's where we can win. We are allowing our emotions to take part, a good part of us. In order to take better part of us. You understand what I'm saying? It's about the rules of the game.
So are you saying the protest will not yield positive results or is not effective?
My brother, you should not forget that the party protesting become such. If the party that comes first get the election, the party
no, it's not just about party. I mean, it's not just one party. I mean, when I started my opening, I mentioned the PDP. I mean, they were the ones who even first protest to INEC office. I mean, then other groups started their own protest, and then some political parties also pick it up from there. So it's just pockets and pockets of protests.
Fine. Let me answer your question to give other people time. The protest will not give any result. You understand? You won't get any result. People keep mentioning that this man promised them 21 times. Even if the man promised them 100 times, does that change? Does that mean is INEC chairman promise? Is it more important than the electoral act, than the constitution? The constitution from the electoral act, from the best of my knowledge, said that INEC has the power to determine the mode of the election. No. I think you went a bit wrong on that. I mean, when it comes to the umpire is saddled with the responsibility to ensure that both your vote, my vote, every other person's vote count. And they are also saddled with the responsibility of the promise that they made to the citizens. And a lot of people have also said they are looking at not the end result, but the process of the end result. When it comes to, was the result transmitted to the IRF portal as at when due, as at the time that they promised? I mean, those are some of the grievances some people have with the umpire. I understand you, sir. For the final question, is it a must in our constitution that the election must be transmitted? Is it a must?
No, let's not go that route. Let's not go that route. That's
the bone of contention.
Yeah, but that would not be fair on the sensibility of other people. People take your word for it. You told them this is what you would do. It's only right to tell them that there is a change of mind. But if you come on this platform to now say, is it a must? It means that you just want to rub it in. But let's leave it at that with you. Thank you. All right. And let's take on more calls here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you.
I'm Yakubu calling from Santa area.
Yakubu, you're welcome to the show. Let's talk.
Yeah. In respect of what you just said now, you say it's not a must, but the INEC chairman, he has an explanation and he gives the explanation that each
Yakubu, I guess you were not listening. The caller said, is it a must that the result be transmitted? And I said, you cannot say that because the INEC, the umpire already told us how it is going to do it. So if there is any change, the umpire should also inform the people. That's what I said.
What I want you to understand now is that, for me and you to understand that, is it actually that in the constitution of INEC that they say they have a single policy that the election must be transmitted electronically, or they have double mind? Because that's what you're supposed to know. Two of us are supposed to know this, that in case, yes, INEC did not do the right 100% word for one. But we will not say because INEC did not transfer this thing electronically, automatically that election has to be cancelled. Is it written in the constitution like that? Then secondly, what I want you to understand again, what INEC promised, they did not keep it to it. But what we are expecting now that people who are protesting, blocking people's rights from movement, they have to keep it up from the street. They go back to it is only court that have that right. Now to say, INEC, this is what you're supposed to promise Nigeria.
Okay.
And you to do it. So for that, this election has to be cancelled.
So Yakubu, so that we don't drag on this conversation for long.
Yes,
are you saying that the protests will not have positive effect or would have negative effect?
No, because there's no anywhere in constitution that with this election, in respect of this election now, because of this protest, court cannot say yes. Because of process of Mr. A or Mr. B, that election should be cancelled. The only thing you have to you have to follow the process of the court
from first ladder to the last ladder.
All right, thank you, Yakubu.
The final answer.
Thank you.
Process can never give us answer.
Okay. That's according to you there. ABJ Patrick says, we cannot all be going on the wrong trajectory of mixing up protest with rally. And so to keep misleading ourselves to say protest can be non-violent or violent. Every protest potentially has an imbued violent content which may explode or not in the course of the exercise. But as long as it has an explosive potential, it should be disallowed as much as possible. That's your take. Let's see if we can do one more call before we move to other conversation at the top of the hour after the news. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, El Bilonia.
Yes, good morning to you.
What a wonderful outfit you are putting on this morning. After the show, are you going for one of your musical videos?
No, I'm not.
I remember Abubakar Ali, aka Tinubu Pekin from PW Kubwa. As rightly said, election has come and gone. Left a lot of us with lessons to learn, lesson to unlearn, lesson to inculcate in our lives. As we have always been saying, politics is not a game of emotion. Politics is a game of statistics, real analytics. Politics is the game of the witty, the game for the smart, Whatever it is that may have happened, people, you may never be able to change the mindset of some people. But before some certain things happen, when you take your time, you remove emotion, you remove passion, you take a very, very close analytical look at it, you will know whether or not you will be victorious. I have been challenging a lot of us from day one, since INEC has been uploading those results. Well, I'm not happy that they uploaded, especially the presidential result. I'm not happy that they uploaded it late. But nobody has able to come up to say the result as obtained from a polling unit is not the same result that INEC uploaded. INEC has thrown a challenge to all of us. But go to your everybody, almost everybody that voted has the result.
But Abubakar, looking at all the protests that are going on from different groups, what would you say to that? Is that effective enough?
No.
Does it bring us
protesting? In as much as they have the right to protest, they are not protesting on the right cause. Because you are supposed to protest once you have checked your result and you see that it's not what you voted that was uploaded.
All right, I'm afraid we have to leave it at that with you.
Either you saw 50, then you have a right to protest.
All right, thank you, Abubakar. We have to leave it at that. We need to go for a quick commercial break, but thank you. And I must thank all of you. Seeing some of your messages here, a lot of them, but then again, I don't know. Okay, just maybe let's look at them. Okay, maybe one will come back from the break. We'll make an attempt to read some of them. That's if we do not go. Okay, we have 3 minutes hanging before the top of the hour. So let's go for a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Stay with me.
This is Nigeria